Hey guys, Bodybuilding Gamer here. Grab yourself a coffee and enjoy this quick 10-minute review of Resident Evil 2, the remake. Okay, for anybody who has never played Resident Evil 2, the original or the remake, just don't even watch this review. Just go play the game. Play the game on the original PlayStation or an emulator, or get the remake. They're both classics. What can I tell you about this game? The original came out in 1998 for the original PlayStation, considered to be by most gamers to be one of the best games ever made, probably, definitely on the PlayStation. It's basically one of the best sequels ever made. Like when it comes to movies, I do a lot of movie reviews, or I've started doing movie reviews, and just like how Aliens and Terminator 2 are considered amazing classics as sequels, same with the second Star Wars movie, Resident Evil 2 as a video game is one of the best sequels. It just outdid the original in so many different ways that it's an upgrade in every possible way. Graphics, setting, voice work, everything. It's a masterpiece. But anyways, I will do a review on the original OG Resident Evil 2, but let's talk about the remake, which came out a few years back. The story, I don't want to get too much into the story. Like I say with all of my reviews, I'd rather have you play the game. But basically, you get to choose between two characters, Leon S. Kennedy and Jill Valentine, and that was the beauty of the game, that you can play it in two different characters and have. In the original, you have the two different characters, and you can play 4 different paths, like 4 different actual playthroughs. In this one, it's kind of like you have the two characters, the 2 playthroughs, and they have A B scenarios. In their B scenario, it's not as variant as it is in the original PlayStation version, the original '98 version, but it's still good. It's a continuation from the original game, which I'll do a review for as well. But since this is my favorite Resident Evil, I wanted to review this one first. You're Leon S. Kennedy, and you're a rookie cop driving to a new job that you expect. You're expecting this new job to start your first day, and it happens to happen during a zombie apocalypse that spilt over from the Raccoon Mansion in Raccoon City, and then you end up meeting this girl who's there to look for her brother, Chris Valentine, from the first game, and you guys meet each other, and you go to this police station that's kind of it was fortified, but then obviously zombies got through, and you're helping each other. You're talking back and forth. If you play as him, you meet different people. If you play as her, you meet different people, and the stories intertwine. It's a really cool adventure. You can see during this game the influences from actually Alfred Hitchcock, his movies, his camera angles, his music, his style. You can also see a lot of influence on this game from George A. Romero, the father of the zombie genre, pretty much. You can see influences of his movies, like if you see Night of the Living Dead or A Dawn of the Dead. There's a lot of influence from those movies in terms of the style and the music. So if I was when I was actually reading about this game, the talent behind it, they wanted to create like a video game about zombies that felt like a big budget Hollywood piece in terms of a video game. And sorry, that's my cat Ivan in the background whining. Ivan, stop it. And you spend this game you spend this game going through different environments, the police station, the parking lot, the underground sewers, down all the way to the underground lab. And sorry guys, I had to take a pause. Ivan was whining and whining and whining about having cat food, even though he had his cat food. All right, so let's continue. The game, let's talk about the game, not just the story, but the game itself. It's a third person shooter. It's not my favorite style for these games is actually like the original PlayStation version, the second one and the third one, which had fixed camera angles and pre-rendered backgrounds. The reason I prefer that, and I'm probably going to say that in a bunch of these reviews regarding these games, is that it allows the director or the creators of the game to give a more of a cinematic feel. Because when you're playing in third person or first person and you have full control of the camera, number one, you're going to feel a lot safer because you can look wherever you want to look. But it's not you're in full control, so it makes it less scary. When they have the set camera angles, the preset camera angles, they can create what you see, when you see, and how you see it. So that, for example, if you walk into a room and you hear, like for example, okay, in this game, you walk into a room, you hear noises coming from over there, so you look over there, and you can see the zombie. Okay, so it's scary, yeah, but it's not that scary. You're looking where it is, and then you have your gun, you aim your gun, you shoot at the zombie. But in the original ones, you'd walk into a room and the camera would be facing you, say from down there on the ground, so you can see yourself from far away, and you can hear the zombie, but you can't see the zombie. So that is a lot scarier because you don't know what's there, and you have to walk a certain distance before the camera switches to another angle and gives you that perspective. So that's what was really strong about the fixed camera angles. And what I liked about the pre-rendered backgrounds was the for some reason those pre-rendered pre-rendered images all the way back from 2002, 2003, they're so high quality, even in the late 90s. Like even up until today, all you have to do is kind of upscale them to 4K and they look amazing. But that's not so much of a big deal now because 3D graphics have come up so far now that they look almost just as good, if not better in some cases. But I definitely prefer the fixed camera angles. Back to this one, third person point of view. I really love the combat because it's not like arcade type style combat. It's not like run and gun. I don't know how they did it, but they made it so that, you know, as you're aiming the gun at the zombies and sometimes it's hard to shoot them, and you have to get headshots. If you're just shooting random body parts, you're gonna waste your entire clip. You have to aim for headshots, otherwise you're gonna run out of ammo. Pros of the game. So if you like, so the production's amazing. I mean, Capcom is, what can you say? Capcom is one of the best in the business. So the graphics are amazing, the setting is amazing, the combat is really strong. I would have liked to see a little bit more. There are a couple of things missing from the original Resident Evil 2 that wasn't in this, like the giant spiders, and a couple of other small things. But honestly, overall, as a remake, this is how it is done. It's really how it's done. I recommend this game 100%. In terms of a zombie game, it's one of the best. They remade Resident Evil 3 not long, a year or a couple years after this, and that one I'll review as well. As a standalone game, it's pretty good, but when you compare it to Resident Evil 3 for the original PlayStation, which came out in 1999, it's a huge disappointment. They cut a lot of content from the game. They cut a lot of content, and they really watered down the Nemesis character, which leads me into Mr. X. So that's one thing about this game that's absolutely horrifying, especially the first time you play it. So in one of the scenario of each character, I think I can't remember because I beat the game so many times, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you had both, but you have this Mr. X character, which is dropped down by Umbrella Corp to hunt them down. And when you're walking around in the police station, it's all kind of quiet and everything's cool, everything's chill. And all of a sudden you hear his footsteps. When you hear his footsteps, run. You can't kill him. You're just gonna waste your ammo on him, and he's just gonna keep coming after you. He's like the T-1000 in Terminator 2. He's relentless. If the only way that I made the way that I made the game more enjoyable for myself is I obviously cheated it a little bit. I googled the 2 points that trigger the character, and I avoided those points, and I enjoyed the game a lot more that way, because I like to take my time, nice and cozy, slow, enjoy the scenery, enjoy everything, enjoy the gunplay. If you got Mr. X running around chasing after you right from the get-go, it really makes the game more frantic too soon, and it takes away from it. So again, I'll do much more in-depth reviews of all the movies that I'm reviewing and the games. This is being early in my channel. I just want to put out quick stuff just to kind of get it out there for you guys. I give this game 5 out of 5 biceps. It's an awesome game. The original is amazing, and this is a worthy remake done from the heart. You can tell Capcom put the resources into it. They put the time into it. This is an excellent game. If you have a PlayStation, I don't think this game came out for Xbox, but if it did, get it. But if you have a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, even play it on PS5, it'll upscale it a little bit. It'll make the graphics a bit better. Amazing game, excellent game for horror fans, for action fans, for there is some puzzle solving, not as much as the original, but there's just so much I can say about this game, and it's just hard to fit it into such a short video. It's a Hollywood-esque, it's like a big budgeted Hollywood movie put into a game. Great characters, great story, great environment, great situation. So again, I totally recommend this game. I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. And as always, stay pumped.